That was the latest track by Shmoo. You're listening to The Late Show with Katie Hart on 107.5 Wonderland Radio. Coming up soon, we'll be talking to the director of the new sensational film Destiny Awaits, David Gowan. David will be talking to us about his thoughts on our ongoing series, Films Made in Britain.
Why? Why do you make me do this? I can't stop myself.
Next, I'll be playing you the theme song to Destiny Awaits. I saw the film yesterday, and it's not often a film reduces me to tears, but wow, it really hits you in the heart. And yes, no pun intended, it hit me, Katie Hart. Anyway, enough of these awful gags.
No.
That was a tune from Dr. Tidd and the Triple Eights, and later on in the show I'll be talking to Dr. Tidd himself. You are listening to Alice Carter on 107.5 Wonderland Radio. We are coming up to 10:30, and in the next part of the show I'm going to be talking to MP Raymond Pike about the restoration development Chapel Street and the effect it'll be having on Salford traffic. Up first I've got Margaret on line 1. Hello, Margaret.
Hello, Alice.
Margaret, I believe you're in favour of the changes to Chapel Street.
That's right, Alice. I have been campaigning for years for alterations to the street in terms of traffic control and more street lighting.
With the lack of lighting, I suppose the street has become notorious with its high levels of crime.
Absolutely. Take last night. Police discovered the body of your friend and colleague Katie Hart. She was found in a back alley just off Chapel Street. Alice? Are you still there?
Oh, I'm sorry, Margaret. We are all very upset with the news of Katie's death. Everyone here loved her at Wonderland Radio.
The police believe the Cheshire Cat killer killed her.
That hasn't been proven yet, Margaret.
They said her face had been cut from ear to ear to form a grin. Isn't that the work of the Cheshire Cat killer?
Margaret, please could we get back to the subject of the Chapel Street restorations?
I'm sorry, Alice. I know it must be very hard for all of you at Wonderland Radio. I'm very sorry.
Hey, how's it going?
I've had better days.
What happened earlier?
I don't know. It's really strange. Sometimes I see things, see them in my mind. I can't explain. Last night I dreamt that I saw Katie being attacked. I couldn't make out her attacker.
Yeah. I think we're all going to miss her. It's a sad day.
I never liked her, you know. We never got on. Probably a personality clash. Still, I wouldn't have wished her dead.
John said something about last year you helped the police with a murder inquiry. Was that to do with your visions?
That was supposed to be confidential between me and John. Some producer he was.
He just wanted to let me know of anything unusual before I took over the post.
A woman got hit on the head and was left to bleed to death. Through my visions I was able to locate her. Only she died before the police could get to her.
You informed the police and they believed you?
A police detective was really kind and took me at my word. They never caught the killer.
Look, if you're having these visions again, then I think it's best if you have some time off. Go and get some professional help.
I have thought of seeing a psychologist. I could really do with some answers to all this. It frightens me. Thanks for your advice.
Go on. I'll phone with you. I'll call in on you tomorrow.
Alice, are you all right? Do you need an ambulance or something? I'm okay, Dinah. I don't know how long I've been lying there. Do you want a glass of water or a cup of tea? No. I'll have a brandy and coke if you're offering.
Well, there's nothing wrong with you then. Lucky I was passing.
Well, I'm glad it was you. I've always thought you were the best research assistant in the building.
Oh, that's really lovely of you, Alice. Oh, most people say they'd name the cat after me.
He's still there.
Who? Oh, you mean Robert? He's really creepy. You know, he stares at every woman that works in this building. I wouldn't be surprised if he has something to do with Katie's murder. Who the hell employed him as cleaner anyway? Keeping my eye on him. He's bad news.
Well, he does seem a bit of a loner. I should leave him alone, Dinah.
Yeah. Whatever.
This is a message for Alice Carter. I would like to confirm your appointment with Dr. Julia March tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. Please contact us if that time is inconvenient. Thank you.
Hi, I've got an appointment with Dr. March.
Hi, you must be Alice.
Yes.
I'm Dr. March. Please, come through.
Thank you.
Please, take a seat.
Thought you might have me lying on a couch. I mean, like, you know, well, in the films when the person goes to see the head
That's all right, Alice. Everyone's entitled to be nervous on their first visit to a head shrink. The purpose of your first visit is to take notes and establish a plan of action. I employ a technique of hypnosis to gather information. Is this all right with you?
Yeah, sure, as long as you don't have me barking like a dog.
Don't worry, I don't perform Darren Brown hypnosis tricks. I just want you to relax and tell me anything that comes to mind.
I've been having, well, visions.
When did these visions begin? Was there anything traumatic happening in your life at the time? For instance, a family death?
They began after the death of my husband, Mark. I was finding it hard to move on. He died in a car accident a couple of years ago. He was driving back late after a works conference. I wasn't with him. That's when it started. I mean, I was asleep at home and I dreamt I saw Mark trapped in his car, calling my name. At the time, I thought it was a nightmare. Now I believe I may have seen his final moments.
Since then, the visions have been random, happening any time and any place.
At work or even sitting in a public place, they're totally random.
Let me put you in a state of hypnosis. and see what we can discover. Now I want you to close your eyes and relax. I want you to listen to my voice. I'm going to count backwards. As I do, you'll feel your eyelids becoming heavy. You'll find yourself feeling sleepy. As I count down, your mind will become open, and my voice the only sound you'll hear. 10, 9, 8. You're feeling sleepy. 7, 6, 5. Your eyelids are now so heavy, you're feeling totally relaxed. 4, 3. Listening to my voice. 2, 1. You're asleep. Alice, I want you to think back to the night of the car accident. You said you were sleeping. Tell me, what can you see in your dreams?
I can see Mark. He's trapped. I've got to help him.
Alice, this is just a memory.
No, it isn't. I'm there. I'm just by the car. He's calling out to me. I can't do anything to get him out.
I'm going to count down from 5 to 1. You will then open your eyes and remember everything that came to your mind. 5, 4. You are feeling more awake. 3, 2. Start opening your eyes. 1. You're awake.
Wow, I never knew I was bottling up so much pain.
It seems you have memories of an event you never witnessed. It's quite bizarre. I'm going to have to refer you to a special clinic that deals with higher brain activity. The specialist's name is Dr. Hatton.
I'm not sure. Maybe we should just leave it be.
Alice, believe me, if you want answers to your questions, the clinic is your best option.
I'll think about it. Thank you, Dr. March.
A white rabbit wants blood.
Alice, how are you?
Colin, what are you doing in my neighbourhood?
I said I'd drop by. And as your line manager, it's my duty to keep tabs on you.
You might as well come in for a coffee.
I've got something better than coffee. How'd you get on today?
It was interesting. Dr. March thinks I've got higher brain activity.
So, you're a bit of a big head.
She thinks I should see a specialist.
What's wrong with that? You're a special kind of lady.
Are you flirting with me?
Do you blame me? You're a very attractive woman.
You are being very forward. This could be considered as sexual harassment.
Do you feel harassed?
Well, no. Shut up, give me that glass.
So, after a lengthy separation, Jane and I finally divorced.
I guess you can both now move on with your lives.
How about you, Alice? Can you move on?
There are days when I think I can. Although, on the whole, to be honest, I can't get Mark out of my mind. I miss him, Colin.
It's perfectly understandable. Well, I'm pretty sure Mark wouldn't want you to live a life of loneliness. And I'm hoping that you can learn to love again.
I don't wish to be rude, but I wouldn't mind getting some sleep. Thanks for coming round.
Yeah, well, perhaps I could come around more often.
I'm sure that isn't necessary.
Of course it's necessary. if we're going to take our relationship to the next level.
What are you talking about?
Oh, come on. You've been teasing me all night.
I think you've got the wrong idea. Can you leave now?
You bitch.
Get out of my flat now!
You've given me quite a chance.
You killed Katie, didn't you?
I was told to.
Who told you?
I don't want to listen anymore.
Is this some sort of game?
I'm so confused. I don't want to follow the White Rabbit. I just want us to end. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Give me the knife, Robert. You've been a naughty boy. It's time you got an end to your killing spree.
Alice Carter, radio presenter at Wonderland Studios in Salford. It seems they have a file on you. Last year, you claimed to have visions about a stabbing victim, a lady named Ruth Diamond. Her body was found in the exact spot that you said it would be. Well, a remarkable gift. Or is there something you're not telling us?
I've been entirely honest with you.
Now you're saying that you've got the identity of the Cheshire Cat killer.
His name is Robert. He works at Wonderland Studios. He killed Katie. He was also trying to kill me. You have to arrest him.
That's just your word against his, Alice. I need more evidence.
He chased me. Someone must have seen us.
Sorry, ma'am. Can I have a word?
We've found Robert Morgan.
Thank goodness.
He's dead. Stabbed in the stomach. You keep coming across these stabbed victims, Alice. Tell me, how did Robert manage to get killed with his own knife?
I don't know. He was alive when I ran off. I don't understand.
I am arresting you on suspicion of murdering Robert Morgan. Anything that you do say will be used in a court of law. Do you understand me?
Yes.
My colleague DS Sharp will do the necessary paperwork with you in the custody area. We'll have to talk again later, and this will be a formal interview and will be used as evidence.
This is madness. I'm the victim. He tried to kill me.
We'll talk later. Alice, since our conversation earlier, we have been presented with fresh evidence that implicates someone else in the murder of Robert Morgan. A CCTV camera above where the incident took place has shown us your version of events to be true. It seems that after you ran off, another woman approached Robert, and for some reason that's unclear, Robert hands her his knife. She's then seen stabbing him in the stomach. Fortunately, we do have a good image of her. Do you know this woman?
I've never seen her before.
Well, the footage of the CCTV clearly shows that Robert and this woman knew each other. Are you sure you don't know this woman?
Before today, I hardly knew Robert. I've no idea who she is or why Robert wanted to kill me.
Well, there's a lot of mystery that surrounds you, Alice. I don't think you're quite as innocent as you appear to be. The CCTV footage shows you talking to Robert. What did he say?
He referred to a white rabbit. He said he no longer wanted to follow the white rabbit. I presume he's on drugs. Isn't that the name of a hallucinogenic drug?
I don't know. You tell us.
I'm innocent. The only thing I'm guilty of is getting into situations like this. I can't help you any further.
Right, you're free to leave the station. I will be contacting you again in the next day, so DS Sharp will see you out of custody.
Is that it? No apologies for detaining me?
This is a murder investigation, Miss Carter. I will not be apologising.
Hello, Alice. You all right?
My head was spinning.
Here, let me help you. Sit yourself down. Hope you don't mind, I let myself in. The front door was open. My name's Della Thompson.
Thank you, Della. How do you know who I am?
I don't wish to alarm you, but I've been finding out a bit about you. Alice, I need your help.
Need my help?
I know this is strange, calling on you out of the blue. It concerns my twin sister. 3 months ago, she was arrested. She killed someone. Guess it's been 2 years since I had my first appointment with you. At the time, I thought you were the best doctor in the practice. But after you kept upping my dose of antidepressants for my depression, I came to realise I didn't care what the cause of my misery was. It was only when I went to the specialist clinic that I started to see everything clearly. First I resisted, but I came to know that it was the cure to my illness. I knew then what I had to do. The white rabbit spoke to me. Where the white rabbit goes, I must follow.
For no apparent reason, Debbie just slashed her doctor's throat with a knife.
What went wrong? Did she have some sort of breakdown?
She had an anxiety disorder. She was recommended to go see a psychologist called Dr. Julia March. Dr. March suggested that a course of hypnosis would help her overcome her condition. But over the weeks of treatment, she began to change. She'd have very violent mood swings. And she went from being this happy, outgoing person to quiet, miserable and introvert.
And you believe the change in character is due to her hypnosis with Dr. March? Then you must also know that I have had hypnosis therapy.
That's why I've come to talk to you. I believe Dr. March is responsible for the change in my sister.
Madison McQueen. Apparently she's already wanted by Yorkshire Police for murder.
I think you should take a look at this file, ma'am. It's just been sent over from the Staffordshire Division. It's about Alice Carter and the accident that killed her husband.
This is a very serious accusation. What motive would Dr. March have to influence Debbie in this way?
I don't think it's the hypnosis. I believe it's the drug that causes the side effects.
Drug?
Debbie was referred to a Dr. Hatton at the Carroll Institute. He said he'd developed a new drug and it would help her overcome her anxiety.
And you believe this is what caused Deborah to become psychotic?
She's not the first. Robert Morgan was also a patient.
Robert, have you got proof?
Believe me, if I had proof, I'd be going to the police. Unfortunately, I only know what Debbie told me, which isn't a lot, as memory loss is another side effect. Debbie underwent treatment with 2 other people. Robert and you.
Me? Hold on a minute. I haven't even met Dr. Hatton. I've only just had my first appointment with Dr. March.
I believe Dr. March has used hypnosis to deceive you.
I'm sorry, Della. I don't know if I can continue with this conversation. I've got complete faith in Dr. March, and I'm sure that Dr. Hatton is equally as trustworthy and professional.
All right, I'll leave you. If you won't help me, I'll just find out what's going on without you. Look, you can doubt me if you like, but I know that they turned my sister into a psycho.
If you believe that, you must go to the police. I can't help you.
I'll see myself out. Debbie lived in denial as well. Ask yourself, do you want to end up like her?
Hello?
Hello, Alice. Dr. March here. I've managed to book you a session with Dr. Hatton next week.
Great, thank you.
He would like to meet you before that, just informally at his house. Are you free tomorrow afternoon?
Yes, I should be free after my morning show at the studio.
Excellent. I'll pick you up outside your studios. So it's about 1:30.
All right. Dr. March, can I ask you a question? Do you know a woman named Della Thompson?
No. I can't say I do. Is there a reason I should?
No, it's okay. I forget I asked.
Many happy returns. Would you like some cake?
To me?
To you.
Oh, Dr. March, what a lovely surprise. Alice, welcome to my tea party. Do please sit down. Oh.
Thank you, Dr. Hatton. Is it your birthday?
No, but I do like to celebrate, and what better way than with a tea party? Now, a slice for Julia.
Oh, thank you so much.
Wonderful. What a pleasure it is to be having a tea party with 2 beautiful women. Now, Alice, I presume that Dr. March has told you about my specialist line of business.
Yes, she mentioned your study in the theory of higher brain function.
Well, it's more than a theory. I've been experimenting. You see, I've created a drug that stimulates brain cells. After many years, I'm at the 3rd stage of testing.
Testing? On what?
On whom, Alice? On who?
You mean you test your drugs on people?
Well, yes. It was the next step after the animals. You see, the results on the rabbits proved inconclusive. I had to experiment on humans. I was hoping to see an increase in the IQ or even extrasensory perception. Unfortunately, so far, I've only created monsters.
Robert Morgan and Debbie Thompson.
Yes, they both became psychopaths. As did you.
What are you talking about? I've never met you before.
My dear Alice, we've met on more than one occasion. In fact, you were my first human test subject.
That's not true.
Memory loss. It's one of the side effects. More cake, Dr. March.
Yes, I don't mind if I do.
The visions I've been having, it's because of the drug.
I wanted to see if the drug had been successful in accessing the unused cells in that part of your brain known as the temporal lobe. I must be onto a breakthrough.
I don't feel well.
Oh, that'll be the chloral hydrate we placed in your tea. Don't worry, you'll be asleep in a moment.
Sweet dreams, Alice.
Mr. Rabbit? Hello, Mr. Rabbit? Hello, Mr. Rabbit? Mr. Rabbit?
It's Alice. Do take a chair and join us.
Another tea party?
Have you had tea already?
You drugged my last cup of tea.
You look like you're looking for someone.
I am, as it happens. Have you seen a white...
Shh! Don't say the R word.
You mean rabbit?
Shh. Why not let's have some tea? Tea.
This is a very peculiar tea party. There's no one else here.
Well, there's only so much room at the table.
And there's only so much tea to drink.
Do you think I can have a cup of tea?
Why, of course you can, Alice. Do you take milk, sugar and mustard?
Mustard? In tea?
It gives the taste an extra kick.
There's that sound. It's the rabbit.
She said the dreaded R word.
What's going on here?
It's the Queen.
Katie? Katie Hart? You're the Queen of Hearts?
You finally recognise that I am the one the listeners adore. They worship me. You will bow down to me, Alice.
You must be joking. I've never liked you.
I am the Queen of Hearts. You will obey me.
Queen of Hearts? More like the Queen of Broken Hearts.
I'm sorry, Your Majesty. It's Alice, Your Worship. She said the R word.
I see. No one is allowed to say the R word. The R word is a secret. Those that discover or mention the R word must be executed. What have you to say in your defence, Alice?
Rabbit! Rabbit! Rabbit!
What? I hereby order your execution. Off with her head!
Quick, drink this.
Now I have you.
Sleeping Beauty awakens. I'm sorry there's no prince here to rescue you.
Where am I?
You've been moved to the clinic. The doctor wants to run some more tests on you.
Tests? I sound like some sort of experiment.
You're a freak, Alice. An experiment that's gone wrong.
If I'm a freak, what does that make you?
You think you're so clever. The doctor's made you do things you're not even aware of. The doctor has you so screwed up.
What have I done?
The woman who was stabbed to death and left dying in a warehouse. That was you. You did it. You killed her.
You're lying! I tried to save her. I saw her dying in my vision.
Visions. Don't make me laugh. Those were memories.
I remember that day in the car park. She took the last parking space. I was so angry. Excuse me, I'm just leaving the parking place. So, can I have this place?
No, I was here first.
I banged her head on the car boot. And then I placed her in my car and drove to that deserted warehouse.
Police have today confirmed that the body of a woman found at a derelict warehouse in central Manchester is the missing shop worker Ruth Diamond. Her body was discovered by police this morning after receiving new information. Detective Inspector John Hastings, working on the case, says that even though her death is being treated as suspicious, he wanted to reassure the public that this is not in any way connected to the spate of serial killings in West Yorkshire.
Ruth Diamond's body was discovered at 10:18 this morning. We have sealed off the area and have our forensic team looking for any vital evidence. We would like to thank the young lady who came forward and gave us essential lead in the case.
More on that story as it comes in. But for now, it's time for the weather. Bob, please tell me it's going to be nice this weekend.
I suppose the odd memories would seem like visions.
How do you know this?
I've been watching you for some time now. My job is to report back to Dr. Hatton on the progress of his drug experiments. When things go wrong, like with Robert and you, I clean up the mess.
Which lunatic asylum did they get you from?
Don't stump me, freak! I'm a paid professional doing my job.
Madison, that's your name. Suitable name as you're undeniably mad. Are you going to kill me?
Dr. Hatton wants to keep you alive. He believes he may have tapped into your higher brain activity. He wants to run more tests. You caused us quite some concern going to the police. We had to get you out of harm's way.
The police are onto you. They have CCTV footage of you killing Robert.
They know nothing.
How can you be so sure?
We have our sources. Now, I want you to be a very good girl and stay quiet.
think I may have established a connection between Alice, Madison McQueen and Robert Morgan. They all had psychiatric therapy with a Dr. Juliet March. In 2008, Dr. March was called into a Greater Manchester prison to provide therapy for prisoners with psychiatric problems. Madison was serving time at this prison and was her very first patient. Robert had regular visits to the Manchester-based officers last year after the death of his girlfriend. A drunk driver had run her down. That man turned up 5 months later with his throat cut. And then finally there's Alice. A car accident that claims the life of her husband. Alice had a complete breakdown and gets therapy from a Dr. Julia March.
But what's Dr. Marsh's involvement in all this? It doesn't add up.
Well, I've got DC Harris looking into it. I'm hoping we get some answers soon.
Hello? This is Jim's shop. Yeah, you told me to contact you if there were any developments. Well, my boss is on to Dr. Morse and they're starting to make connections towards Dr. Hatton. What do you want me to do? Yeah. Alright. I think that's probably necessary. Leave it to me.
Harris, where's Sharp?
Not sure, Mum.
Have you found anything out about this Dr. March?
I've just been speaking to a few of her colleagues. Apparently, she has a close working relationship with a leading specialist in human brain research, a Dr. John Hatton. He has a clinic at the Carroll Institute of Science.
Alice mentioned a drug named White Rabbit. Could this Dr. Hatton be involved in developing such a drug? A drug that alters behaviour. Blimey, listen to me. Putting all this science mumbo-jumbo aside, I think we need to have a chat with this Dr. Hatton. Harris, find Sharp.
What the hell are you doing? Where'd you get that gun from?
The store? Never got signed in, so officially doesn't exist.
What has got into you? Do you realise how much trouble you'll be in if I report this?
You're not going to report this! God damn it, Harris. Why are you here? I have to get to Hatton before you do. I can't explain.
Alice, where's Madison?
Dead.
You killed her? Good. I guess your memories have returned.
You've wrecked my life.
You came to us. You sought our help when your husband died.
Is this supposed to be your help? You've turned me into a psychopathic killer. I thought I was experiencing visions, seeing images of people murdered. And now I realise they were my memories.
Yes, you were present at all those murders. You told Robert Morgan and Debbie Thompson to kill. You controlled them. Don't you see? You are remarkable.
I thought the images of Mark's death were visions, and now I found out I was there. I was there at his accident.
Calm down, Alice. Husbands come and go. My husband died from the drink years ago.
So what? He died from the drink, he was an alcoholic.
No, he was glassed with the wine bottle. Poor bugger.
You're mad. No, you're sick. Both you and Dr. Hatton are sick. Where is he?
Dr. Hatton is in the clinic with Della Thompson. Let me take you there. I think it's time we completed your treatment.
After I've stopped Dr. Hatton, I'm going to the police.
You're making a big mistake, Alice. Think of your potential. I know there were some unfortunate side effects with the drug, but we can correct it. There's a glorious future for all of us.
I've had just about enough of you.
Mum! Harris!
Mum!
Where have you been? I asked you to find Sharp about half an hour ago.
Mum, it's about Jim Sharp. I've seen him with a gun. I don't know what he's going to do with it. All I do know is that he said he wanted to get to Dr. Hatton before we did. He hit me and left me in the locker room.
What the hell? He hit you? Get yourself checked out with the FME.
I'm fine. I don't know what's got into Jim.
This case is getting out of hand. I've just found out that uniform have been called into Wonderland Studios. A body's been found in the cleaner's cupboard in the basement. I don't know what the connection is with our Sergeant Sharp, but I think we'd better find out.
Alice?
This must end. I'm not going to allow you to continue.
I was so close to finishing my life's work.
You're a monster. You've been injecting us with a mind-altering drug.
You were my first human experiment. Before you, I only ever used the drug on rabbits. You were the first human white rabbit.
I am the White Rabbit. That's what Robert meant. He no longer wanted to be controlled.
Robert and Debbie both listened to you. You gave the order to kill.
I am what you created.
You've been working with us. I hope that can continue. In a year's time, we'll all be rich. I have some extremely wealthy sponsors. They are very influential from across Europe. They want a mind-altering drug with no side effects. Minds that will respond to powerful suggestion and increased intelligence. I am so close to success. Alice, let me continue.
This has to end. I'm going to the police.
Alice, no!
found 2 more bodies. One of them's Dr. Hatton. He's been shot.
So's Dr. March. Send all units a description of Alice Carter. We must find her.
Good afternoon, Inspector. My name's Rosamund White.
Don't tell me. You're MI5. I'm familiar with this setup. This is the part where you tell me that my case with the recent Alice Carter killings is being swept under the carpet.
Very astute, Inspector. But I'm afraid we need to look at the larger picture. Dr. Hatton's research was partly funded by Her Majesty's government. To avoid a scandal, I've been instructed to sever all connections. Your investigation ends here. I'm going to need all documentation concerning Alice Carter, Dr. Hatton, Dr. March, and Madison McQueen. Under the Official Secrets Act, Detective Constable Harris and yourself are not to speak to anyone regarding the investigation.
We're gagged, in other words. I suppose Detective Sergeant Jim Sharp was one of your operatives.
He was. Occasionally we need our eyes and ears in our police force.
I must say, I'm not a fan of skullduggery. All this spying and deception's not my thing. I'm an old-fashioned copper who believes in doing a duty. And today you've opened my eyes to the depravity that exists in our justice system. There've been multiple murders. And as far as I'm concerned, someone must be held accountable.
You're to drop the investigation, Inspector. There will be no arrests.
Well, I hope for your sake there isn't anyone else.
Believe me, Inspector, there's no one who's escaped our attention.
White Rabbit wants blood.
Della, you don't have to do this. It's just the drug controlling your mind. Resist it.
I resisted.
Oh, I've had such a curious dream.